We're not here to be perfect. We're here to be real. Welcome to Your Anti-Talk Sex, the space where we talk about intimacy, emotion, and the layers in between. No awkwardness, no hype, just real talk. Let's get into it. Do men like foreplay? Let's flip the question a little. Not just, do men enjoy giving foreplay, but also, do men enjoy receiving it? Not just oral, but touch, slowness, attention, the whole body being invited into pleasure without the pressure to perform. The short answer, yes. But a lot of men haven't had the space to say that out loud, or even figure it out for themselves. Culturally, foreplay is already an afterthought, and when it is shown, it's usually focused on women. But even then, that's rare. Think about the last movie or scene you saw, whether mainstream or adult, where a man was being touched with care, not just stimulated, not just towards a quick finish, but actually receiving attention, slowness, hands, breath. It's almost never shown. The male body, especially in Western culture, is presented as functional, not sensual. Women's pleasure is teased or performed. Men's pleasure is assumed. And this creates a lopsided blueprint, like foreplay is something you do to someone, but not something you're supposed to want for yourself. In some older texts, like the Kama Sutra, foreplay isn't a warm-up. It's a language. It even begins. There's attention to the neck, the lips, the arms, the thighs. Even the act of looking, sustained, slow, is part of it. Not goal-directed, not performative, just presence. And while some of it might feel dated or symbolic, the spirit of it is deeply human. The idea that pleasure comes from connection, not just friction. Well, what about same-sex couples? Gay men absolutely engage in foreplay, and many value it as a central part of intimacy. Without the standard, he does this, she responds script, there's more space for exploration, communication, and mutual pleasure. Some gay men even say it's their favorite part. And yes, hookup culture exists in all sexualities. But in many male-male relationships, foreplay gets to breathe. It isn't just a warm-up. It's a part of their real conversation. And lesbian couples? They've long reminded us that foreplay is sex, not a step on the way to it. Touch, connection, slowness, presence. These are not lesser versions of the main event. They are the main event. And frankly, we could take notes. So, when a man receives, sometimes he tenses. Now, not from rejection, but from the novelty. He's not used to his chest being touched like it matters, or someone's lips on his neck without it rushing forward. But when it lands, that kind of slow, attentive touch can feel stunning, even healing, because suddenly he's not performing. He's not leading. He's feeling. So if your partner tends to rush or seems unsure how to receive, try asking, can I touch you just to see what you enjoy? Would it be okay if I go slow tonight? Or you don't have to do anything. Just let yourself feel. Foreplay isn't a duty or a warm-up act or just for women. It's for humans. It's how we ease into connection, how we shift gears mentally and physically from the outside world into each other. Because pleasure isn't about steps. It's about attention. It's about presence. And this key can open a door most people didn't even know was locked. You'd be surprised how many people are quietly wondering this. Why haven't I ever had an orgasm? It can feel confusing, lonely, but you're not alone. Studies show that around 10 to 15% of women say they've never reached climax. And in heterosexual encounters, only about 60% of women climax regularly, compared to over 90% of men. So let me say this clearly. There's nothing wrong with you. My sister and I were talking once as adults and discovered something we'd never said out loud before. She always experienced release internally. For me, external was the only thing that worked. Internal pressure felt like, well, hold your arm out and hit the soft part of your arm near the elbow with your fist. Borderline irritating. We couldn't believe no one had ever explained how different pleasure can feel, even between sisters with similar bodies. And that's when it clicked for me. So many people aren't broken. They're just following a map that doesn't match their own terrain. Back in the 1800s, doctors diagnosed women with a condition called hysteria. Symptoms included, well, everything. Sadness, frustration, boredom, too much emotion, or heaven forbid, having opinions. And how did they treat it? Through manual stimulation, until the woman experienced what they called relief. This was literally prescribed as a medical procedure. Eventually, to save their own risks, and yes, I'm being serious, doctors invented early vibrators. So the vibrator wasn't born in a bedroom. It was born in a clinic. So if it's never happened for you, there are a few steps you can take. Gently, kindly, and with curiosity. A medical checkup. If you've never experienced climax and you're curious about it, it's okay to bring it up with your doctor. Hormonal imbalances, medication, side effects, chronic conditions, all of these can play a role. Get to know your body. Most people don't just stumble into their pleasure. They explore it. For some, that means time alone. For others, it means experimenting with what kind of touch, rhythm, pressure, or connect feels good. Redefine what success looks like. Maybe your body responds to movement. Maybe to stillness. Maybe to music, fantasy, reading, scent, emotional connection, or laughter. The more curiosity you bring, the more permission your body feels to respond. Be patient. Climax is not a test. It's not a reward for doing everything right. It's a natural outcome of feeling safe, curious, and connected with yourself or a partner. So if it hasn't happened yet, you're not behind and you're not broken. You're just still listening for the language your body speaks, learning how it responds. And when that moment finally arrives, well, that's worth getting excited about. I'd love to hear what this stirred up for you. Your stories, your reflections, your own questions. Remember, we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be real. Until next time.